Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Super Mario Odyssey on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. And in this episode, as we continue exploring the post-game for Super Mario Odyssey, we have to go collect the remainder of these moon shards in order to get another power moon. This episode is going to be a bit odd because all that we're really doing specifically is collecting the last couple of power moons that we need in order to unlock the semi-final area before we actually close out the rest of the game. But, you know, we get to show off how awesome the space jumping effects are for the frog capture whilst we're on the moon.
Moon jumping, meet froggy. Ooh, shiny.
Yay!
Found it. Sometimes you just gotta give it a shine.
There we go.
The tip of a white spire.
And we just need one more moon shard in order to collect this other power moon that we're going after. But I have a bit of difficulty finding the last one. I don't think it's on top at the moment. I'm pretty sure it's not actually on the rest of the church, but it ends up being up there anyway. So. Also, while you're doing the Power Moon Shard side activities, if you go into a bonus area or leave the main hub world that they're in, they end up fully resetting. So it's very important that you get all the moon shards in all in one go. Also, there is one of the more difficult power moons for me to get in the game, located immediately to our left. We have to interact with the UFO, but the UFO is always aware of our presence, and if we get too close, it immediately flies away. So, interacting with it usually requires me to do a bit of a cheese strategy where I throw out my cap while it's already gone, and then I attempt to respawn it by leaving the area. Then my cap will just hit it while it's coming in.
Is that moon shard like stuck in the wall right there next to the peach?
Yeah, there it was. It was on top of not on top of the bell tower, but above the bell tower. The thing that you think was a moon shard was actually Cat Mario. Because Cat Mario wears a yellow suit, whereas Peach Mario wears a pink suit. Alright. With that, we can go back to the Odyssey and successfully unlock the last area that we're going to, the semi-final area in the game, which is a Pink Floyd reference. 215 unique power moons. Yay!
The Odyssey, surprisingly, has powered up again.
Yes, allowing us to go over to the dark side of the moon.
Mysterious as the dark side of the moon.
So this is going to be the last major area, that we're going to be showing off. Mostly because I don't want to go over to. I don't want to actually spend the time. I didn't want to spend the time off camera, either off camera or on, getting all the power moons that we need in order to unlock the final area of the game. Nor did I want to go through the actual final gauntlet, because the actual final gauntlet is something that I am not actually good at dealing with, and yeah, I didn't want to go through it. But welcome to Rabbit Ridge, Dark Side of the Moon. The first time that we're here, the only things that we really have the ability to do is specifically go and do the semi-final gauntlet. But yes, there is one more upgrade for the Odyssey, which involves us getting up to 500 moons, which will unlock the final gauntlet. We're not going to be doing that. After you clear Dark Side of the Moon's first gauntlet, there are a bunch of hint art power moons and bonus area power moons that show up here that are very, very difficult to actually get. So we're not going to be showing off any of them. But you can tell that they're definitely already here. It's just that we don't have access to them.
Oh, look, this is the largest concentration of rabbits I have ever seen in a game as commentated on by Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. I've seen at least like 30 rabbits since we got here. Into the carrot.
Yes. This is Mario's role. We've not bothered to show it off because I'm not actually all that good at using it. So, yeah. I'm looking specifically for a hidden power up, a hidden question mark block that I am convinced is here, but I can't fucking find it. I believe that there actually is an extra hit point power up heart available prior to the gauntlet, and a hit point during the gauntlet for restoration. However, welcome back, the Broodals. So we have to deal with Topper Hat first, and this is actually the hardest of the Broodal rematches. Our arena is slightly smaller than it was the last time that we were doing this, and although the moon gravity is honestly really interesting, you'll notice that he actually has a lot more hats this time.
A lot more hats.
Yeah. And the spinning attack that he has there specifically is extremely difficult for me to avoid even currently. Like this is the hardest of the rematches. I was actually really surprised when I was doing this run while I was recording it, specifically how well this ends up going. But Jesus fucking Christ. This phase ends up always taking at least one heart from me. So I personally recommend taking this much slower than the rest of the fights, because that will happen fucking constantly for this fight, where you want to interrupt his spin attack, and you just don't have enough time to actually fully interrupt it. But you can't take.
It's nice to wear.
You can't take too long with this, because if he's in this phase for too long, he will eventually call all of his remaining hats back to him. Thankfully, this is the last hit that he has. So,
poof.
All right. And the rest of the Broodal rematches are honestly significantly easier than Topper's is. So the thing is, well, despite the length of this part, we're not actually finishing Darkside this time. I end up screwing up at one of the easier fights. So, and every time that you start the gauntlet, you have to go through all four of the Broodals in a row. And it's supposed to be without healing, but I swear that during one of the transitions there is a hit point heart somewhere. I just can never fucking find it.
Right, you have to defeat essentially you have to defeat all four of them in a row without dying.
Without heals.
Second floor.
Alright, Harrietta. It's your turn. So, Harrietta is actually slightly more difficult because she attacks a bit faster, but honestly, her rematch plays out almost exactly the same as the first rematch that we did against her back in Bowser's Kingdom.
Oh, yeah, we gotta wait for her to just hold still for a second. Oh no, she hits herself. Get back here, you!
And then we hit her in order to stun her, and then ground pound her head.
Yeah.
And now she enters her UFO form.
Flattened like a carrot pancake. The pigtails of doom!
No, large amounts of doom. I'm not entirely sure if the fire pits are new. I don't think that they are, but they're honest, but they are not honestly all that big of a concern. Once you understand that you can interrupt her prior to them even becoming an issue.
Her laughing little saucer is flying around everywhere. Oh, wow, these flames linger.
Yes, and unfortunately, we can't actually clear them out like we can Spupert stuff. So,
all right, now hit her with a stunner and then whack her again.
Yay! Henrietta is down. All right, on to the third Broodal, which is not. I don't even think that that Marshall. I'm not even entirely sure that Marshall ends up even getting any significant upgrades. Like the big issue with his fight specifically is that we're under moon gravity for it. So. Again, I swear that in one of these transitions there is a heart, but I can't fucking find it.
Yeah, it seems a little too inconvenient that the camera view is blocking a portion of the tunnel itself, like they're hiding something.
And they are.
Now there were two.
Alright, Marshall's rematch. Oh no, we're actually doing Spupert now. Okay.
The Odyssey is gonna fit me real good, like a hat.
Alright. Spupert, again, the big issue is specifically the fact that we're in a smaller arena than we would like to be in, but yeah, his fight is almost exactly the same as it was during his last rematch. You just got to remember that he doesn't actually get stunned like the other Broodals do when you hit him, because he's a large boy.
Oh, he's a big boy, all right. And big boy's got a big appetite for Go-Gurt, Twizzler, and Juicy Fruit at the same time.
Yeah, that does not sound like it would be a tasty combination, honestly.
Why? That burger was so delicious, I'd like to enjoy it a second time.
And Spupert is down. Boink.
Stupid rabbit.
Oh, come on. Oh, actually, I don't know who is dumber between Spupert and Marshall. I actually think it's Marshall, given that he has, got the country bumpkin, visual flair. But in the next episode, we will finish off the Broodal rematches. Be safe, everybody.